What's up? Hello, good morning, what's going on? And we are now starting personal branding month in the mastermind group. So, by the end of this month, I want every single fucker to have their own personal brand. And over the next minute or so, I'm going to explain why. Let me start with some numbers. Let me start with a goal. One of the goals I've always had was 10,000 a week. 10,000 Australian dollars a week in income is sort of the level where you start to have a reasonable amount of options. This lifestyle here that I have, so that you know, is around about 4,500 to 5,000 per week. And so you really want to be doing 10 so that you can save and invest 50% and then do this stuff as well. So 10 is, you're looking okay. And by the way, if you're using Lifestyle Design Calculator from Wealth Mastery, you will put your goals in and you'll know. So I said that I knew that I had to hit 10K a week in the pocket after tax. And I knew that years before I hit it because I did the numbers, I did the math. Now, once you know the goal, the question is how do you go and get it? If we're using 10K a week, how do you get 10K a week? And there's two primary schools of thought. There's the traditional business model or the esoteric wealth model. Let's start here with traditional. And in traditional business, what we want to go and do is go and lease a space, an office, a shop front, one of those kinds of things, get some kind of product in and get a team, a staff, and a little cash register at the front there and open the doors and make some sales, we hope. Now, if you're in online traditional, then the things you want to be doing is eBay, Amazon, e-com. You want to get a product of some sort and sell the product. Traditional business philosophy. Let's talk about esoteric. Esoteric wealth is all about working on you, working on the consciousness, increasing the life force, becoming more energy, more life, becoming more light, shining like the sun, and going out there to the marketplace and getting out of obscurity by shining your light on the world. And what happens is humans are drawn toward life force. So when you become the expression of light and life, people will flock to you like a fucking magnet. They will show up, like what Stuart Wilde says. They will show up. They will crawl in under through the doors. They will lower themselves in through the ceiling. They will show up. And when they do, you need a way to bill them. That is esoteric wealth. When you build yourself up, people show up just to be around you, and then you offer them a very simple, efficient product or service to solve a problem. Now, there are benefits and drawbacks to both models, obviously. But let's take the traditional business route and let's assume now that you've got to go and buy ads and marketing and billboards and business cards and leases and shop fronts and staff and product. You're going to have a profit margin. Let's just say that the business is doing really well and you have a 30% profit margin. Pretty good. 10K goal, 30% margin, and a 30% tax. So you keep 0.7. You've got to do $47,000 a week. Or in other words, $200,000 a month. Business needs to make 200 grand at the top line so that the individual can have 10 in their pocket at the end of the week. And that assumes they pull it all out and don't reinvest back into the business, which isn't realistic. So if they reinvest half of the profits and then they still want the 10K personally, then the business needs to do 400K. If they have a business partner, then they're going to need to do 800K. So I really wanted to share these numbers because I think a lot of people have fantasies about this business that they're going to start, and they think if the business can do like 20K a month in rev, then they're going to be somehow balling because they get to spend all that. There's a very big difference between the top line of your business revenue and the bottom line, how much you get to keep in your pocket and how much you get to distribute into your lifestyle, which is the reason you're doing it anyway, right? To have a good life on the planet. Which brings me to personal branding. Because when you're the product and you're the marketing and everything is online, you don't need shop fronts, you don't need products, team, staff, overheads. The margins are insane. So with my personal brand company, Lewis Mocker Education, my profit margins are currently 96%. And so to get my 10K a week in my pocket, I only need to do that and a little bit more to cover some of the costs, which is a couple of software things that I have, and that's about it. Maybe you need to get yourself some new tracky Dacks and some slippers from Kmart. $6 are these tax deductible? This is my fucking work outfit. You don't break a sweat. So I'm going to teach you guys this month how to do a personal brand, how to build your brand.